create the fourth slide, I'm going to hit the new slide button again, and like the last slide we used the chart option. I'm actually insert a table. In the table they want us to have 4 columns and 6 rows. And I'm on page 232 right now, and this makes a nice table. And what they want us to do is in the right 2 columns they want to add some information here. So it's going to take a second, put these in. Doesn't matter which order you take them in. Enter them whichever way you want. People go down the column, some people go across. I kind of jump around because it's my personality. 15%. Oops, carpool's 5%. Walk 20%. And bike is 7%. So that's set up like on page 233. And now the next thing is this is kind of neat, is you can insert symbols that represent what these items are. And the way you can insert symbols is hit the insert button and there's a symbol, and then I'm actually flipped ahead a little bit just to look at what we have on page 237. The symbols are listed down the second column. And what you do is under symbols is make sure you change the font to Webdings, and inside of this collection of Webdings you will find the symbols that are on page 237. If you can't find them, they are shown on previous pages. So they want us to put a picture of this human being, I guess, and then the symbol of a car. And notice I'm being lazy because I've done or cheating because I did this earlier, is the symbols are actually, once you use them, they're in the recently included area. So because I did this earlier, I have those in there. I'm just adding them, but they are in there because I found them, and I wouldn't lie to you. Carpool. So I have a person in a car, I have a group of people in a carpool. The bus is the bus. Walk is just a person. And a bike, amazingly, is a bicycle. Okay, so those are all in the Webding area. And then just kind of flip back to make sure we didn't miss anything too much. Next thing they want us to do, if you're looking at that chart on 237, you might think, boy, the color pattern is a little different. It actually is. So I'm going to go into the Design tab, and they want us to choose, clear at the bottom under Dark, the Style 2, Dark Style 2, and that changes to like a pink and gray color pattern. And then next they want us to add a border around this. So if I go under Borders and put all borders, make sure when you do this you don't do what I did. Make sure you click on the outer rim, and that will put borders on all of them. If you just click on one cell, it'll put a border around that one cell. While we have the whole item selected, the whole table selected, I'm going to go under Effects, and they want us to go down to Inner, under Shadow, and the middle inner, the center inner. And that gives it like a shadow effect, which is kind of a nifty little effect there. Okay, the next item they want us to do is resize the table, just like we did with some others. And actually, at the very end, we may want to do this because we may need to tweak it a little bit. So I'm going to just change the size of the table here for a moment. Next thing they want us to do is click in the upper right hand corner, and I'm going to right click my mouse and go to Format Shape. And I'm going to add a picture under the Fill, and in the file there's an item called Commuters, and that will add this picture of commuters in the upper right hand corner of the table. Alright, next they want us to highlight all of these cells here. Go under Layout and merge those cells. And they also want us to merge these two top cells together. So I'm using the merge cell option to do that. In the leftmost big column now, the one big cell, they want us to type travel to campus. And then, like we did in other projects, I'm going to use my text direction to make the text bottom to top. And then they want us to do a few things such as center the item, and then center it vertically also. And then you want the text to be a little bigger, so I'm going to increase the size of this. I believe they want the text to be 36. And if it's not big enough, we need to resize the table. So we know that for certain. And then the other thing we want to do is they want us to center these graphics and make these actually 44. So make them quite large. And that table looks pretty good. If it doesn't look good, don't be afraid to resize it, shrink it down a little bit, maybe enlarge it a little bit. And you know what? I believe they wanted these centered as well. So let's center those, and they look bold. Don't be afraid to make them bold. And they also want them in the middle. So that looks pretty good, pretty good. Now the last step isn't necessarily with the slides, but it's with all of these. And under transitions, they want us to go to orbit and choose the orbit, and then change the duration to be 3.0. And what the orbit transition looks like, I'll just demonstrate this, is when you go from one slide. Why did it not apply? Try it again. Transition, orbit, change the duration to be 3.0. Now let's try it. Kind of orbits or rotates around.